Kaylee Garcia. I am 15 years old. Today is November 15th, 2018, and I am speaking with Angelina Garcia, who is my sister. We are recording this interview in Los Osos, California. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, can you tell me about your childhood and what you were like growing up?
Yes. I had a really good childhood. I'm really close to my family, so that was really cool. And as a kid, I was really shy. I had really big teeth. I was pretty I was shy, but I was also selectively outgoing. If I felt comfortable, I'd be super friendly and nice.
So what things were you comfortable with? Or
I
some examples?
if you were a family friend, I knew you really well, or anybody that my parents really worked with, they became family, so I was super comfortable around them. And anything with music, if we were in the car and singing and stuff, anything with music really brought me out of my shell.
That's awesome. Moving on, what was your relationship like with your parents?
Really, really good. I've been super close with them my whole life. My mom is my lookalike, and we're best friends. And I wasn't as close with my dad when we were younger. We loved each other when we were close, but I never felt as comfortable sharing stuff with him. But now that I'm older and experienced a little bit more in my life and had to go through things with and without them, I definitely feel like it's a tie between the three of us. I'm close to both of them still for sure, and I want to be for a long time.
Do both of them motivate you the same way, or is one a little more than the other?
They're both definitely really motivating me just in life and different things. I wouldn't say one motivates me more than the other, but there's definitely different aspects of my life that they motivate. My dad, I feel really pushes me to work hard, at work and timeliness and things like that. And my mom is just really on me about, my self-image and how I interact with other people. Not that either of them don't encourage either thing that I said, but just to me, it feels more personal and more motivating, that aspect.
That's cool. Staying on the topic of family, can you tell me about your siblings, and were you close with them, or are you still close with them?
They're pretty cool, I guess. Just kidding. I love being an older sister. I have since the day you guys were born. I never really liked dolls. They scared me, but you guys were real life versions. And you guys, I think, are the big reason that I want to work with kids going into my adulthood and into a career. I've always had a passion for working with kids, and I definitely think that started with you and Tony for sure. And I love you guys with all my heart, and I appreciate you more than I would like to admit sometimes. But we're very close, and I think we're going to be close for a long time.
You're going to make me cry in a few minutes, so
Please cry.
That's fun. So, did your family ever give you a nickname, or what was your nickname, and how'd you get it?
I have a couple different nicknames, not just from family, but my initials are A and J, so just as shorter version. When I started playing sports and stuff, when I got older, everybody called me AJ just because Angelina was really long. With my family, Tony calls me Angel, and you guys all started calling me Angel because Tony can never say my full name. And, sometimes Tony calls me Kaylee because
we look so much alike.
And, just 12 years is a real long time to not learn somebody's name.
So, while talking about your childhood, can you tell me what one of the worst things you did as a kid was?
Oof. I was...
Or is?
I'm an adult. Barely. I wasn't too bad of a troublemaker. I never really got in trouble at school or anything. But the worst thing I ever did as a kid... You remember this. We shared a room. We had a bunk bed. And I was sitting there one day, just watching my Hannah Montana, living my life. And you crawled up on my bed and you jumped on my back and scared me. So, natural reaction, I bucked you off. And next thing you know, you're flying over the rails of the bunk bed. And you're dumb and you left blocks on the floor. And so you fell on the blocks. Mom and Dad came in because you were screaming. And I was kind of just sitting there what? And yeah, so I basically threw you off the top of the bunk bed.
Yeah, and I kind of broke my back, but still love you.
Love you too.
So, as part of as part of being a kid, you go to school. So did you like school? Why or why not?
As a kid, I was really into school. Reading was my favorite thing. And I was actually really, really good at reading ever since I was a kid. I learned how to read really early on. So by the time I was in first grade, I was at like a sixth grade reading level. And I've
Wow.
always liked reading, even now that like technology is more of like a go-to thing. I still really like to read, and I do that often. And you know, growing up, like obviously you're gonna find other interests. You're gonna kind of lose interest in school, and it becomes more of a drag more than like a fun thing you get to go to. But overall, I really enjoy like learning new things. I don't always like the concept of like being stuck in a classroom, but I definitely still like to learn and hope to keep that my whole life.
So while you're growing up, could you tell me about a teacher or other adult that impacted your life?
Yes, ma'am. I have come into contact with so many people in my whole life. I know so many people. But I would definitely say teachers that have impacted my life, just to keep it more focused, I guess. Mr. Casada teaches at Mortway High School. She's a math teacher. She was the first teacher to really, I feel like, take the time to like really figure out why I wasn't understanding a concept and really praise me when I was doing good, because for me math was a really hard topic for me and it still is. And she was the first teacher that really took notice, and like I was a good student, took good notes, passed all the group quizzes, stuff like that, but I could never ever pass a test. And so it would always bring my grade down. She finally pulled me aside and was like, "What's up? I know that you're like I know you know what you're doing, what's happening." And she really took the time with me to be able to pass the class at my own pace and like really figure it out so I could be learning and not just left behind while everybody knew what was going on. And then also another teacher that I had in high school was Miss Brinkman. I love her with my whole heart. She, to me, is more than a typical teacher. She was somebody who I wouldn't say, like, obviously she's a friend, but I'm not going to say, I don't know, it's weird to explain, but she's someone who really takes the time to learn about her students and care about them. And not just because, like, it's her job, she has to, but because she really genuinely has an interest and a love for what she does and is such a people person, and she's really good at what she does and taught me a lot about life and everything, and I really appreciate her.
What jobs did you have when you were a teenager? What did you do with the money you earned?
My first job was babysitting. I've been babysitting since I was about 12 years old. But my first real job was soccer refereeing, and I really like that because that's also involved with kids and physical activity, and I always think it's fun. And you get to teach them new things and stuff like that. And my second job was at the grocery store in town, Ralph's. I worked there for about a year and a half. Super good experience. I saved up that money to buy a car that I now have and own and pay for gas and insurance and everything on. And I also still currently work at Kids Club, and I'm using that money to save up for an apartment and also for my schooling and stuff like that.
That's some big things to work on.
Oh, yeah.
My last question for you today is going to be, why did you agree to do this interview?
I agreed to do this interview because you're my sister, you need my help, and I'm always willing to help. And because I've done this project before, and it was really cool being able to go back and listen and watch everybody's stories being told, so I thought it'd be cool to be able to do one with my little sister.
Awesome. Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too.